Welcome back. Now let's talk pensions. You see how we've moved from budget to diversifying the economy, generating
tourism.
revenue, and then we're looking at investing that money you've generated from the carnival. How do you
and saving for the rainy day.
Did I say shaving?
Okay.
No. Saving
for the rainy day.
Now, the pension industry in Nigeria has remained significantly underpenetrated, not unpenetrated, underpenetrated, with pension assets constituting only about 5% of the GDP. But there's a possibility that can go up. Now, we're talking about diversifying the economy. That's another area we can also generate revenue from. If oil is only 14%, pensions only 5% of the GDP, that should go up. But some people are already working in that field. Sigma Pensions, for instance, established in 2004 and headquartered in Abuja, is one of Nigeria's first PFAs and now has over 650,000 registered customers. Well, they are celebrating their 10th year anniversary. I was actually taking a look at their website, and they said something there. There's something you see there. It says, "We care about your tomorrow." And they talk about payments and all of that. But it's not for me to tell you what they do. We do have their managing director and chief executive officer, Mr. Umaru Modibo. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
He's joining us from our studios in Abuja. Mr. Modibo, you've been around for 10 years thereabout, but tell us, what exactly, besides being that old in that business, what exactly was the vision behind Sigma Pensions?
Actually, the vision, thank you for having me once again. I am the managing director of Sigma Pensions, as you rightly said. When we started actually in 2004, our vision was to create a financial institutions that can be able to give superior pension management services and also create value for our stakeholders. That was our major vision at that time. Are you with me?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm with you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So actually, and we've done 10 years, and we said we should look back and see what we have been able to achieve within this period. I think 10 years is a good year. It's a good milestone to look back and say what we have been able to achieve. I think from where we were coming as a startup initially, and not much experience in the fund management business, but we were able to garner some resources. We were able to register 650,000 members, as you said, and we have a fund of resources that we are managing on behalf of our customers, ranging to about 253 billion as at this morning. And this is what we think, and going forward, we should be able to look into how to consolidate going forward into the next 10 years.
Now, for a company that's holding 10% of the total number of pension holders in the country as a pension fund administrator, 10 years, as you said, is a good time to look back and say, okay, this is what we've done for a startup company. But let's look at, in the 10 years that you've had, what would you say are the challenges and situations you've had to go through to move you forward?
Okay, initially when we came with the urge to start up, we were able to just start registering people like that without the biometrics, and that is giving us a lot of challenge now, trying to clean up the data and also be able to get the accounts ready for transfer from one PFA to another. That is the major challenge that we have been having. And secondly, I think the issue of compliance has been a sticky one. People don't really want to comply. And the level of acceptability, I can say, so many people don't want to participate in the scheme. They look at it as a way of additional burden. For example, especially for employers, they look at it as an additional burden on their payroll. That are the major challenges we are facing now in the industry.
So why do you think people should set aside these pension funds?
You should set aside monies for your retirement, because at that time you are weak and you need all the monies you can save now when you are strong. When you start working at 25, you have a lot of energy you can be able to save, and when you are old and not doing so much, you'll be using that one, and the investment growth and whatever will be able to give you enough money to retire well.
Okay, we have we said the GTB pension make up 5% of the GDP of Nigeria, but you'll be looking to contribute to increase that percentage to way above that. What are the plans for Sigma pensions now that you're 10 years? What are the plans going forward?
Actually, the plan going forward is we look at in terms of increasing the size of the participation level. We want to be bigger by possibly merging or consolidating with other PFAs in the near future if the opportunity presents itself, and we want to be readily available in all the nooks and crannies of Nigeria, so that our customers will be able to get to us easily without traveling long distances. And also, we want to start having spreading out up to local government levels. That is our major aim, and giving our customers the real service that they need in terms of customer service and the rest of it.
Now, talking about your services, let's talk more about the kind of investments that, for instance, the viewer wants to come to Sigma. What kind of investments or products do you have?
It's a well-regulated business, as you all know. There are investment guidelines stipulated by the pension regulator, PENCOM, and we strictly abide by these regulations. You can have these monies invested in equity, FGN bonds, other asset classes, money market deposits, and so on and so forth. And we are following that strictly, actually.
So for individuals, for organizations, for instance, if it's an individual, what kind of plans do you have?
Actually, I think going forward, the industry is thinking of bringing in the multi-fund. If they do that, you should be able to segregate some of these clients. But for now, we are having one single pool of resources under the RSA fund. But going forward, I think when the multi-funds is introduced, we should be able to segregate according to your risk appetite. If you are a younger person and you can take more risk because you have more years to go to retirement, you can be in the aggressive fund. We also have the moderate fund and also the conservative funds for the older elderly people. So these are the major differentiating factors going forward. But for now, I think most of the funds are in one RSA, which is the main account for now.
You have
except that we have been able to create a retiree fund for those that have retired, and those ones is just like the conservative fund.
Okay, from your website, you have some of these funds. You say types of funds managed: state funds under management, defined benefits under management, total assets under management. What kind of investment is that for one who's looking at your website and wanting to come talk to you? What should they be looking at?
Well, what we mean by defined benefits are those institutions that are already having a pension scheme. For example, we manage like 8 of them. One of them is the Central Bank of Nigeria Staff Pension Retiree Fund. We have the NMPC Fund. We have the Securities and Exchange Commission Staff Pension Fund, Nigerian Securities and Minting Fund, Jigawa State and local government contributory pension fund. These are what we mean by defined benefit schemes. And state governments, we have also some state governments that we have already signed up with, about 11 of them. I think those that are very active now and are paying are Ogun State, Kaduna State, Niger State. We have some that are also on the pipeline that are they have started other registration, or they have started paying, but not so well.
Okay. What your branch network? How far would you say your branch network is?
So far, we have like 11 zonal offices from where we operate, and we are in each and every local government, each and every state capital of Nigeria. And we try to leverage with some of with our custodian also to have representative offices in each, in some selected UBA branches. Who UBA happens to be our custodians, and we are leveraging on their network as well.
All right. Now, people do have concerns when you talk about pensions. Say, okay, when it's time for me to get this money, will there be issues? Will there be questions that I wasn't asked before? Will there be things I will need to bring that was not part of the agreement? Tell us about the benefit payment plans of Sigma Pensions.
Actually, we start very early. First of all, 1 year before retirement, you do what PENCOM goes around and do verifications. If they do that, if you are about to retire in 1 year, you should be able to do that verification. And we try to contact each and every person who is on our database, who is about to retire 6 months before the retirement, and give them the checklist that you should be able to provide upon retirement. So if all these things are in place, I don't think it takes time. The next thing is for you, immediately you retire, you give us your documents, the final retirement documents, and we process it. It's just maybe a matter of a month, maximum 2 months, your payment will be out.
Now, it's 10 years of Sigma Pensions. How do you intend to celebrate this?
Actually, we have a lineup of activities for next week. It's going to culminate with a dinner at Sheraton Hotel and Towers at 7 o'clock on Thursday. And we have invited a lot of dignitaries to grace the occasion. This is a way of saying thank you for our customers, and also for our staff who are dedicated to the business.
Before the dinner, what are those things that you've lined up?
We've been doing employer visitations and press conferences and so on and so forth. This is one of the initiatives that we also said we should be able to talk to channels to also say what we have for our customers.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Umar Modibo. Wishing you a fantastic 10-year anniversary celebration and many more years to come.
Thank you very much for having me.
We're speaking to the MD CEO of Sigma Pensions. They were celebrating their 10th anniversary. Sunrise will be back in a moment. Don't go away.